Welcome back to Gloved Up Garage. Well, we got a new vehicle for the channel. This is my 2020 Ford Explorer ST. If you're not familiar, the ST is the performance model of the new Explorer. This is the newest generation. Of course, came out in 2020, and I think they're going to run it all the way to 23, and then there's going to be a facelift for 24. The ST model has a twin turbo V6, little 3-liter V6. Puts out 300 horsepower. I'm sorry, 400 horsepower. You can get it in rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This one happens to be all-wheel drive. This color is magnetic, which is the same as my Expedition. It's probably one of my most favorite colors that Ford has. Very dark gray, metallic. So this vehicle has the street pack, and that's what gives it the black wheels with the red calipers. It's got upgraded brakes along with these 21-inch black wheels. Another option that this one has is the panoramic sunroof, which I really wasn't too happy about that. I didn't want the sunroof because this has to park outside, and I didn't want the possibility of it leaking due to water, rain, or anything like that. But now that I have it, it's not too terrible. I'm kind of glad that I've got it. So the plans for this, I mean, obviously this is my daily driver. This has 60,000 miles on it. So, I mean, it's not in perfect shape. There's a couple little cosmetic things here and there that I need to address. But the plan is to modify this thing just a little bit here and there. One of the biggest things that Ford kind of cut down on the size and performance of the intercooler on this. It's a very small intercooler, sits up in the grill. And I plan to upgrade that with a very large front mount intercooler. And while I'm standing here in front of the firehouse, I also need to put some lights and a siren on this thing so that I can use it for first responder stuff. And when I do that, I've got to take the bumper off because there's no way to take this grill off without taking the bumper off. So unfortunately, the whole front bumper has to come off when I go to put the siren speakers in. Perfect opportunity to go ahead and do the intercooler at that time. So we're going to do the intercooler kind of the first step as I'm going through the upfitting process on this. I'm not going to go too crazy with lights and sirens. Just some basic stuff here and there. And I'm going to walk you guys through it when I go to actually start the install. So the interior is kind of dirty. I do need to get some WeatherTech floor mats. I've just got a temporary mat in there. But one of the cool things about this, your startup screen on your navigation, it's got the Ford Performance logo. Huge display for a gauge cluster, and the seats have little ST logos in them, which is kind of cool. Of course, you got the big sunroof there. Overall, I'm really happy with the interior. It's very good quality, very nice materials. This one has the upgraded B&O sound system along with that larger touch screen. My wife jokingly calls it an iPad mounted up here. That technology package gets you this larger screen and the 14 speakers. So basically I have a subwoofer in the back and a couple extra speakers that the normal ST does not. So this particular model has the 6-passenger option, or kind of the standard option. We got 2 captain's chairs here, and then there's a third row that I've got folded down right now, but that's the third row seat. The seats actually are electronic, or you can click a button and it folds it up and folds it down for you. I just went and got a pair of shoes, so that's what's in the box there. Door panels in the back are really nice. Overall, it just needs a very good clean and detail. You know, obviously it's a used car with some miles on it. They had some kids. I can tell that there was a kid's child seat, booster seat or something in back here. So there's a little bit of indents in the leather. I'm sure once it warms up this summer, they'll probably relax out and come out. But overall, I mean, the interior's in really good shape. The carpet isn't stained or anything. I definitely need to get some WeatherTech floor mats. We're going to do some tinting on the front windows too, but something that's cool for the back is you get this little flip up shade, and it adds a little bit of additional, I guess, privacy, and cuts down on the sun for any kind of kids in the back seat or anybody in the back for that matter. So this car is way more technologically advanced than I ever imagined, because if you walk up here, kick under the back bumper, it opens up the trunk for you, the lift gate. And here are the buttons on this side. That's what operates the rear seats to fold them up and down. A couple of cup holders and stuff back here. That's actually a subwoofer there. So it's really, really nice. It's very fancy. It's definitely nicer than what I had expected it to be. Maybe even nicer than what I actually deserve. But I'm enjoying this thing. So on top of being a super nice vehicle, this thing is ridiculously fast. The all-wheel drive system on this is very advanced. It will direct power to any kind of wheel that is that has traction, and directs power away from wheels that are slipping. So far, I haven't really been able to get this thing to break loose. I have been driving it pretty much all the time with traction control and advanced track on, so really haven't had an opportunity to break it loose. But so far, it's been very, very impressive. So the view from the passenger side over here, kind of the same thing. You can see that large iPad screen, the large display, the gauges. I got my phone cable sitting there in the console. This does have a wireless phone charger right there in the console, which is really, really cool. All kinds of driver aids. I mean, this thing will pretty much drive itself on the highway. If you've got cruise control on, you can almost take your hands off the wheels. It's just that stable. Very nice materials that they used on the door panels. I mean, this is a super, super nice Explorer to me. This vehicle, when it was new, I was able to pull up the window sticker on Ford's website. This was right at $60,000. So I guess in 2020, $60,000, I mean, to me, that's a lot of money. So obviously it would get you a fairly nice vehicle. One of the cosmetic mods I've already done, there was Explorer spelled out across the edge of the hood here. And I've gone ahead and taken all that off. They're just stick-on letters. Not a big fan of it. I felt like it kind of made the front end very cluttered looking, and it's definitely cleaned it up. This car came from Illinois, so it had a front plate bracket on it, and I took that off. It's kind of revealed a little bit of damage in the bumper cover there, which I knew this car had been in an accident. It was on the Carfax. No big surprise that there's still a little bit of stuff on the bumper. I'm going to fill in the holes where that plate bracket was, and when I do that, I'll repair any kind of dents or anything like that in the bumper. One of the things that's going to take a lot of time to do, and something that really kind of bugs me about these cars, this textured molding on the front of the bumper, the fenders, quarter panel, lower parts of the doors. It really irks me that Ford went with a textured black and didn't offer like a color matched smooth version of that trim. So one of these days, eventually, I'll go through and start popping all this trim off and smoothing it all out, getting the texture out, priming, filling, sanding, and then painting it the same color as the car. For now, probably just work on that bumper once it's off of the car while I'm putting the siren and the intercooler on, and then I'll mess with a little bit of the body work when I do that. So as I'm starting to lose daylight here, I just wanted to take the opportunity to, again, thank each and every one of you for subscribing. Thanks again for all of the comments, the likes. It really means a lot to me. We're up to 355 subscribers as of this video, which is amazing to me. I know I'm probably going to steer a couple of people away because this isn't my normal content. This is definitely nicer and newer than what I normally work on. It is what it is. I really like this, and I debated about getting another Marauder. I debated about getting a Mustang. I debated about a lot of different vehicles, and I kept coming back to the Explorer ST. It just does everything that I need it to do. I can haul all the kids. It's a very fast vehicle. I can tow with it. Obviously can fit a lot of stuff in the back if I need to make a parts run. So it just does all the things that I need it to do, and it's really cool, in my opinion. It's not a Mustang, it's not a Marauder, but it works. So for now, I wanted to thank everybody for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Remember to stay gloved up.